Good evening. Today is Monday, August 10th. It is 10:34 p.m. Eastern Time. Today, I am going to be recording my 18th episode for my podcast, Rob's Cast. I truly appreciate the support of all my fans. Got a lot of great topics to talk about today. Do have some stock picks that I'm going to recommend that my fans invest in. The first one is Meta, which is known as Facebook. They also own Instagram. I see huge upside in that stock. Highly recommend that you buy it. I'm very big on Meta, big on AI investment. It's a home run pick, in my opinion. The next stock is called Micron, another one of my home run picks. I believe you should invest in. It should bring you huge returns. Big fan of Micron. Also a big fan of American Well Corporation and the Oncology Institute, Inc. Those are two great stocks that I also recommend that you invest in, and they should bring you tremendous returns and upside. I do have a wild card pick, and I do want to go into a little bit of context regarding this company. The stock's name is UWM Holdings Corporation. My wild card pick is you should short the stock. Company has terrible leadership, losing money, not performing great. The stock is down 76% this year. Most people would say, Rob, it's gone down a lot. Why would you recommend shorting it? Because I've done a lot of research on this company. They don't have good leadership. They don't have great talent acquisition strategy. They failed to acquire Two Harbors. So that is why I have it as my wild card pick to short UWM Holding Corporation, which is the parent company of United Wholesale Mortgage based in Pontiac. I'm going to be honest with you, there is some risk shorting the stock with how much it has gone down this year, but I think there's a good chance that the slide with UWM Holding Corporations is not over. There is risk to it, but that's why I called it the wild card pick. Do have a bold prediction that Rocket is going to be the top company by the end of the year in 2026 in market share and origination volume. I am going to be getting into the reasons why based on the quarter 2 2026 earnings report later on in the episode. So don't stop watching. We're going to go over it into detail, comparing UWM versus Rocket and why I'm very big and recommend Rocket as a long-term hold play to invest in the company. And this is just for companies in general. It's not pointed at one particular company, but investing in talent acquisition and acquiring the right employees and developing them, it's very important. So if you run a business, I know sometimes you just want to look at the short-term cost, but you also have to look at the long-term rewards. You got to think, what does this bring me? Yeah, you could save maybe 1 penny, but if you have constant high turnover, the long-term benefit isn't there. That's why it's very important to attract and attain top talent, treat them well, pay them well, offer great benefits, and have tremendous growth opportunities. Because when you're constantly training new people and losing people every couple of weeks, it's just not a great strategy for your company and the long-term cost, it's just a lot more than if you recruit A-plus talent and pay them like A-plus talent. In the long run, when you pay good and treat good, it's a mutually beneficial partnership for both the employer and the employee. In the second quarter of 2026, Rocket Mortgage had a total revenue of $2.78 billion. They also made $229 million in profit. The origination volume was $49.1 billion. Now we're going to compare the numbers for UWM. UWM's total net revenue was only $888 million. They didn't even get $1 billion in revenue. They also lost $451 million and 90 cents due to the failed acquisition of Two Harbors. And UWM only originated $39.7 billion. So as you can see by the numbers, Rocket is gaining market share. They're getting more business. They're expanding. They're making big-time investments in AI. And last year they acquired Redfin, Mr. Cooper. They've also made partnerships with Compass, which is a real estate agency for real estate agents. My friend Teresa is a partner with Compass, so I know people that work at Compass. It's a great real estate brokerage firm for luxury real estate agents, so that partnership has been very beneficial for Rocket Mortgage. And this is my editorial piece. You can have your opinion. This is my opinion. UWM, they don't have good talent acquisition strategy. They don't pay the workers good enough. There's constant turnover there, and the leadership at the company is not doing a good job, and that's why they're not making money. They're losing market share, and why I would recommend shorting their stock and investing in Rocket Mortgage as a long-term investment play / hold. Rocket, in my opinion, is going to be the top dog in the industry. Again, Heather Lovier, Varun Krishna, Dan Gilbert, all of those guys at Rocket, they're great human beings. They focus on developing relationships with brokers, having the mindset every client, every time, and you can see it in the numbers. They're building a machine over there, and they're just doing a great job. And if you're skeptical of what I'm saying, do your own research. Ask people that have worked at Rocket Mortgage. Read news articles. Reach out to people in the mortgage industry. I want you to make your own decision, but I am very confident in the views and opinions I'm expressing on today's podcast. And I also want to add, through 2 quarters of 2026, Rocket Mortgage has originated $93.86 billion compared to UWM's $84.6 billion. So Rocket, based on 2 quarters so far, is on its way to become the #1 leader in originating volume for the year. Right now, UWM is leading with market share at 8.5%, but Rocket's at 7.9%. I predict by the end of the year that Rocket will overtake UWM in market share as well. It's going to be close, but I think Rocket will also be number one in market share volume as well. Also want to go into a few more detailed reasons why I'm such a big believer in Rocket Mortgage, the recapture rate, and their investment in AI technology. I'm going to go over what recapture rate means. So, Rocket Mortgage did acquire Mr. Cooper last year. They closed on that in October of 2025. And they're already, according to the earnings report and statements from the CEO, Varun Krishna, they're over 1 year ahead of schedule on the synergy earnings from the Mr. Cooper acquisition. So they're ahead of schedule. So many people said that in such a short time that Rocket wasn't going to be able to bring Redfin and Mr. Cooper together that quickly. But as I've said in one of my videos, nothing's impossible. You just have to upgrade your mindset. And Rocket has shown over and over again under the leadership of Dan Gilbert that they're innovating the way forward. And when adversity hits them, they get back to the drawing board and they come up with even better solutions. That's what makes it such a great company. And they also have the for more than profit philosophy. As a human being, I'm a huge fan and supporter of their initiatives to develop downtown Detroit, invest in the community, help the less fortunate. It's about doing the right thing. And that's what makes a lot of people like Rocket Mortgage. It's not just about a transaction. It's a service and a relationship-driven business. And I also want to let everyone know my birthday is on Wednesday. I turned 26 on Wednesday. Going to the London Chop House for my birthday. Gonna have a great steak dinner, some calamari, some dessert. I'm looking forward to that to celebrate me having 26 successful years on Earth. One thing I want to preach, tomorrow is not promised. You have to live with hunger, motivation, and determination to grow. You have to embrace the growth mindset. Become 1% better. Have that why. My why is to build a real estate empire and to have a philanthropic foundation, the for more than profit philosophy, where I create generational wealth and financial freedom for my friends, my family, but also give back to the community and to make the world a better place. I've also been training almost daily, 5 to 6 days a week at the boxing gym. Been training really hard there, been working on my footwork, my combinations. I've been taking boxing very seriously. In the past, I was training 2 to 3 days a week, but over the past couple of weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, been in the boxing gym 5 to 6 days a week. And it just feels so great having new trainers that have trained professional fighters. And it's just about soaking up a sponge of the knowledge. And it just shows you how much in life there is to grow and to improve and learn. My message to high school kids: don't be like me when I was in high school. I thought I was Mr. Know-It-All and that I was better than everybody. Don't be arrogant. Be confident, but also have a growth mindset and to become better. Don't think you've made it, because when you think you've already made it, you're just going to come tumbling down like Jenga blocks. And it's a terrible feeling. Everyone has had one of those moments in life. I've had multiple moments like that. But when that happens, you got to humble yourself. You got to have the growth mindset. You got to keep working hard. Fail your way forward to success. It's okay if you make mistakes. I've made a lot of mistakes this year. I've made a lot of mistakes throughout my life. It's okay. You just have to learn from them. Don't repeat the same mistake over and over again. If you keep making the same mistakes over and over again, that's when it becomes a problem. Also want to mention to my fans, got my beard trimmed today, got my hair cut, busy. One of my barbers, I have a couple barbers I use. She did a great job on the MIG Zero fade, trimmed up my beard, looks great, busy. I appreciate you. If you're watching this episode, you do a great job, and I truly appreciate you lining up my beard and giving me a great MIG Zero fade. It's about showing appreciation to the people that's important in your life. Life is about give and takes. If you just receive but you don't give, you're not going to be happy. I love helping people out that need help, and they're appreciative. There's also been times in my life when I've given to people, given them the shirt off my back, and they betray me, and they're not appreciative. And I'm going to be honest, I had a situation like that recently, and it sucks, it hurts, but you just got to pick up the pieces, you got to keep moving forward, and it doesn't mean you stop being generous, but you do have to vet the person that you're helping. You can't just be naive and help every single person, because that's how you get taken advantage of and played like a fool, and you don't want that. And I'm a very generous person, very friendly, love helping people that are struggling, but people that have that mooch mentality and exploitative, that's bad. It's negativity, it's demonic, and it can't be in your life. And you have to remove people like that. Want to talk about something. It's not just about friends. It's about business. It's about life. When you see red flags, you have to vet very carefully, and you have to address those red flags right away. And recently, I'm going to be honest with those two individuals. I didn't do my due diligence. I ignored some of the red flags, and that's why I got myself into the situation. But I've learned a valuable lesson. You have to be careful. You have to do your due diligence. You have to vet for the red flags, and you can't ignore red flags. You got to protect your image, your integrity, and your peace of mind. It's all very important. And also, when you're looking for investors, or investors are reaching out to you, you got to ask the important questions. What's your track record? What's your company history? Have you ever been to jail before? Have you ever committed fraud? What are the financial numbers? Are they willing to provide that openly or just tell you verbally but not let you see that? You got to ask the important questions so you don't get played. And it's very important. Also, like when you're investing in stocks, you don't just want to invest in stocks blindly. You got to do your research. You got to look at the earnings report. You got to look at the leadership of the company. And that's what you got to do. Because if you invest in something with blindfolds on, what's going to happen? It's like investing in a slot machine. You hit or miss, but you don't really know. Instead, you want it to be a calculated, strategic move where, yes, there's still risk, but the risk is very low compared to the reward. And that's how you got to be. Read investing books like Peter Lynch, Benjamin Graham, Warren Buffett, or listen to people on CNBC or someone like a Rob Luna. He's a great wealth management advisor who also used to trade stocks and has a great knowledge of the market. If you want to check out Rob's content, he does have a podcast on YouTube called The American Capitalist. Full disclosure, I'm a big fan and supporter of Rob Luna. I watch a lot of his videos, and he's a big mentor and influence on my life. And he's just a great person. Not saying you have to watch or support Rob, but if you would like, I would recommend you checking out his show, The American Capitalist. He's a great human being. He's got great ethics. He's got great morals. And he wants to see young people thrive and become successful, create financial freedom and generational wealth for their families. And those values are in perfect alignment with mine, which is why I'm a huge fan of his content. And he's a great person, because there's a lot of sharks in this world. Rob's not a shark. He's an honest guy, and he's done great things for the country. He does occasionally go on Charles Payne's show on Fox Business. He's also been on CNBC in the past, so you can watch him on TV if you would like when he does make appearances. Also want to let my fans know that recently I have started doing food reviews of restaurants. I am a very busy man with my boxing, my professional commitments, and other commitments in life, focusing on building the business, but I've also been making time to do food reviews. I love supporting local restaurants, helping them get more exposure and grow their business. So if you have any restaurants that you would like for me to review, or if you're a restaurant owner and you would like me to come into your restaurant and do a review, I would love to do it to help your employees gain more business and to just make your restaurant more known and to point out highlights of great food on the menu. I'm a service-oriented person, very kind, love helping people. I have no ego, and I'm doing this for the right reasons, to help people, empower them, and to just become the best version of themselves. The growth mindset. It's not just a cliche slogan. It has to be your way of life. You can never be satisfied. You got to have that fire and motivation for continuous improvement. If someone in your life tells you to play it safe, don't listen to that person. Take a big chance. Take a big home run swing. If you fail, it's okay. Take home the valuable lesson. pick yourself back up, keep moving forward. Most people, they give up right on the verge of success. Don't be that person. You were made for so much more. God gave you an important purpose and mission. I'm not very religious. I'm more spiritual. So I mean it in a spiritual purpose. You were made for a purpose. Fulfill your purpose. Your time on earth is limited. You're not promised tomorrow. Kobe Bryant probably thought he had 80 years. Unfortunately, his life was cut very short. Embrace the Mamba mentality. Go all out. Keep working hard. Keep pushing, because tomorrow is not promised. You may think you have all of this time, but the runway is about to end. You don't know what's in store for your future. Fulfill your purpose. When I hear someone say, I was born in the middle class, I can't become successful, I can't become a millionaire, the system's against me. It's not against you. It's your mindset and work ethic that needs to be upgraded. Yes, I agree. You have obstacles and they're hard, but you can overcome them. Your mindset, it determines everything. I've had a ton of obstacles in my life. If I would have listened to the naysayers in my family or people on the street, give up. Who do you think you are? Guess what? I'd be broke, I'd have no money, and I'd be not successful. Don't listen to those people. Work hard. Have a mission. Become 1% better each and every day. The growth mindset. Fail your way forward to success. Learn from your mistakes. And you will get there. It may not happen in 6 months. It may not happen in a year. But in 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, 30 years, your ultimate vision, it's going to be fulfilled. You just can't give up on yourself. Keep believing. Keep the faith. Keep the confidence. And life will reward you. Next week, I am going to be recording my 19th episode for my podcast, Rob's Cast. Today was episode number 18. I really enjoyed today's episode. It was a passionately fulfilled discussion. I would love to hear your feedback, especially if you are in the mortgage industry. I'd love to hear your feedback on my opinion and take on Rocket versus UWM. I know some people are not going to agree with me, but I've done my research. I've used evidence and supportive points to support my positions, and I just would love to hear your feedback. And I'm going to add one thing quickly. I don't have anything personal against UWM's CEO, Matt Ishbia, but based on the numbers, I don't think he's doing a great job running the company, and he needs to up his performance, and he needs to invest in his workers and reduce the high turnover rate at his company. Matt, my advice to you is invest in your employees, reduce the high turnover rate, and you will see more success. I truly appreciate everyone's support. Today was a great Monday. I'd love to hear your feedback. Hope everyone's having a great night. Be safe. Next week will be episode 19. Stay tuned. It's going to be a great episode with great, passionate topics.